History's strange, it's alien, and it won't give us what we would like to have.
On December 10, 1941, the age of the battleship ended in a single morning. It ended not with a grand duel or a blaze of gunnery, but with two British capital ships trying to outrun a sky full of aircraft that had been trained for years to kill them. The Royal Navy called the formation Force Z. It sounded sharp and confident, yet confidence was the one thing the ships did not have enough of that day. The loss unfolded in the chaotic hours following the attack on Pearl Harbor. Japan had landed in Malaya. British defenses were cracking, and the Admiralty believed a show of naval strength might steady the region. So Prince of Wales and Repulse sailed from Singapore. Two icons from an era that believed steel hulls and big guns could still intimidate the world into behaving. This faith grew from the old Singapore strategy, a pre-war doctrine built on the assumption that Britain could rush a mighty fleet to Asia if trouble ever came. But trouble arrived when Britain was already fighting for survival in Europe. What reached Singapore was not a mighty fleet. It was a symbol, and symbols do not stop torpedoes. Force Z carried every flaw one might expect from a hasty deployment. Prince of Wales had unserviceable anti-aircraft radars and ammunition that had absorbed too much tropical heat. Repulse was swift but lightly armored, and the destroyers that escorted them were brave, but they were not shields. The essential ingredient for survival, fighter protection, simply did not exist. The British still believed battleships could defend themselves through maneuver and gunfire. The Japanese had moved far beyond that idea. Their pilots had mastered low-level torpedo attacks designed specifically to break open warships like these. Two opposing doctrines collided that morning, and only one belonged to the modern world. Force Z left Singapore under strict radio silence. Admiral Tom Phillips believed silence preserved surprise. Instead, it preserved nothing. A Japanese submarine sighted the force on December 9th. Reconnaissance aircraft confirmed the location. The illusion of secrecy became a quiet trap. Phillips never knew how visible he already was. During the night, he reversed course, then changed direction again after a false report of Japanese landings. Meanwhile, Japanese bomber groups assembled overhead. When a lone search plane sighted the British ships at mid-morning on the 10th, the trap closed instantly. The first Japanese attack arrived just after 11. Repulse dodged bomb after bomb through skillful handling by her captain, Bill Tennant. For a brief moment, it seemed as if courage and seamanship might hold back the tide. Then the decisive blow struck Prince of Wales. A torpedo hit near the port outer shaft, tearing open the ship from within. Flooding swept through machinery spaces. Power failed. Anti-aircraft guns fell silent. A battleship that had once helped bring down Bismarck now fought simply to avoid capsizing. Repulse soon met the same fate. After minutes of near miraculous evasion, she took multiple torpedoes in quick succession. Within 12 minutes, she rolled and sank. Prince of Wales lasted until shortly after 1 in the afternoon. A bomb ripped into a casualty station deep inside the ship, and minutes later she slipped beneath the water. Admiral Phillips and Captain John Leach stayed aboard as she went down. 840 men died. The losses would have been far worse had the destroyers Electra, Express, and Vampire not pushed through oil and debris to pull more than 2,300 survivors from the sea. Survivors later said the silence that followed was almost harder to bear than the attack itself. The strategic impact was immediate. With the last British capital ships in the region gone, Japan controlled the sea and the sky. The Allied position in Malaya collapsed with startling speed. Singapore fell 2 months later in the largest surrender in British history. From that moment forward, the unsupported battleship was finished. Air power had claimed sovereignty over the oceans. The Admiralty learned the lesson the hard way. Never again would a capital ship sail into danger without fighter cover overhead. The wrecks still lie off Malaysia, but they have not been left alone. Illegal salvagers have carved metal from the hulls, spilled oil into the sea, and disturbed human remains. The past, even when it rests underwater, remains vulnerable to those who see only profit. What remains is a story of doctrine meeting reality. The men aboard Prince of Wales and Repulse carried the habits of another age into a battle that belonged entirely to the next. Their ships died quickly. Their lesson did not. It remains sharp, uncompromising, and as relevant today as it was on that quiet December morning when the sky changed the world.
Check out more stories from history at davedoeshistory.org.